What's up, Raptors fans? Welcome to the Warriors Report. I know it's been a while since I've hosted and even longer since I've spoken in front of the camera. I've obviously been having webcam issues, so thank you for your patience. And you may have noticed that I have not included an intro in this. I'm starting a fun little contest on the side where you can actually send me an intro you would like me to use. You can create your own intros and send that to me on Instagram. It's the Warriors Report and I will feature each one day by day. And ultimately, I'll let you guys vote in the comment section of which intro you'd like me to use for my channel. I'll pick that and I'll use that for my channel. I know some of you guys have mentioned this in the past or have, I should say, messaged me on Instagram in the past with their personal intros. So I will feature those ones as well. So if you guys want to do that, that'd be awesome. But let's talk about the Raptors, who went from being, as OG Anunoby described it, before the Lakers game yesterday, from being Lebronto to Pascalifornia, as he described it. He said, we have LeBron figured out. And I'm going to talk about the major differences between that Raptors team that continuously lost to LeBron James in the playoffs and the regular season in his Cleveland Cavaliers days to now, and what the major differences are and why the Raptors are doing such a good job on LeBron James. So if you're ready to watch this video, make sure to hit the like button. That'd be very much appreciated. And if you want to hit the subscribe button as well, we're super close to 3,000 subscribers. So that'd be very much appreciated as well. So with that being said, let's get into today's video. Now, as you guys know, I do like to give out shout outs on my channel. And for today's video, the shout out goes out to Team Lucid Gaming. So Team Lucid Gaming, thank you so much for supporting this channel through your likes and comments. It is very much appreciated. Now, let's talk about, first of all, why the Raptors continuously lost to LeBron James in his Cleveland Cavalier days. I think the first major change when you take a look at that team to what this team is now is the coaching staff. I love Dwayne Casey, and this isn't a shot at Dwayne Casey, but it's fair to see that Nick Nurse does a better job of guarding superstar players. And we've seen this throughout, not only this season, not only previous season, even the season before. There was a stretch of about 5 to 7 games where the Raptors shut down every superstar player they played, including Kawhi Leonard, Damian Lillard, and LeBron James was one of those players. We believe we held all of those 3 players to under 15 points a game. And I believe Joel Embiid was included in that as well. So it's just, I think with Nick Nurse, the major differences is he is a mad scientist, as a lot of people like to call him. And they do that for a reason, because he's not afraid to try different things. You'll notice he'll double team, triple team if he has to, guarding different superstar players. And I think that's the major difference between Nick Nurse and Dwayne Casey. Dwayne Casey continuously got tortured by LeBron James, yet we almost never saw LeBron James get double teamed. Now, obviously, the Cleveland Cavaliers team did have Kyrie Irving, so it made it a little bit more challenging to guard only LeBron, because we had to focus on Kyrie Irving as well. But I think the major changes are the coaching staff and how well of a job Nick Nurse has done. And I think it's fair to say we have to give him props where it's due. I have criticized him a lot in terms of how he does not use the bench and how his starters are playing heavy minutes. But I think it's fair to say that Nick Nurse deserves a lot of credit when we talk about not only how he's turned the Raptors around, but how he has faced superstars, and in particular, the amazing job he has done on LeBron James. Now, it's not to say that LeBron James isn't a good player, because he obviously dropped a good amount of points, but it's also because he's older, and I think the Raptors are a better defensive team as well. Because when you talk about that roster that the Raptors had before, we had CJ Miles and DeMar DeRozan guarding LeBron James in the playoffs. That's how bad we were defensively, I should say, player personnel, in terms of individual players that are able to guard LeBron James. We did have OG Anunoby and Pascal for their first year, their rookie seasons, when we were playing LeBron James. But obviously, that was a different team. And just in terms of our defense as well, when you take a look at that roster, Kyle Lowry, Serge Ibaka, Jonas Valanciunas, and of course, DeMar DeRozan as well. Jonas Valanciunas and DeMar DeRozan weren't particularly great defensive players, which is what really hurt the Raptors as well, in terms of how they weren't able to not only guard LeBron James, but other players as well. It was a real mess, if we're being honest. That team was a great regular season team, but they weren't built for the playoffs. And when you take a look at this team, it's the complete opposite. And I think a lot of that credit does go to Masai Ujiri, in terms of how we always joke about these 6'8", 6'9" guys, but having that length really makes a difference. We saw that against LeBron James. Scotty Barnes was just torturing everyone in the paint yesterday. It was like a man playing against the boys. He absolutely went at LeBron James. He went to every player that tried to guard him, and it was fun to see. And not only that, but we have so many different types of players that can guard LeBron James. Not only Pascal and OG, we saw Precious guarding LeBron. We obviously saw Scotty Barnes guarding LeBron James. So I think we just have a very good team of really tall defenders that are able to guard multiple positions, which was the vision that Masai Ujiri had for the season when he didn't sign a legitimate center. Now, ultimately, I think We have to wait for the end results, which is the playoffs, to ultimately see whether or not that worked without having a legitimate center. But it's still having a lot of these switchable defenders that are 6'8", 6'9" has really paid off for the Raptors. So I think that is also the major difference when you take a look at the roster the Raptors had previous to when the Raptors were facing the Cleveland Cavaliers. It was DeMar DeRozan, it was CJ Miles. I mean, we had Serge Ibaka trying to guard LeBron James. Obviously, he wasn't able to do that as well. So I think those are some of the major differences, and just overall what the coaching staff has done with the Raptors. I mean, the Raptors are one game back of sixth place, and if it wasn't for the Boston Celtics absolutely being on fire, I don't think it's a far stretch to say the Raptors are very close, still are, and I still believe they can easily get that fifth seed as well. Obviously, it would depend on the Chicago Bulls and the Celtics dropping some games to end the regular season. But that was my prediction to start the season, where I said the Raptors will be a top 5 team in the East. And nobody believed me. Everyone said they're going to be a 7 to 10 place. But I do believe this Raptors team is very talented. They showed that last night. They showed that against the potential MVP Nikola Jokic when they shut him down in the fourth quarter. They just did a tremendous job of guarding some of these star players. And that is just one of the reasons why I love this team so much. That switchability is absolutely fun to watch, and just how competitive they are on the defensive end as well. But I do want to ask you guys, what is the difference you see from this team we have right now to Pascalifornia, as we like to call it, to Lebronto, that team we previously had? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And I don't have a trivia question just for today's video, because I wanted to allow you guys to comment down below and let me know if you guys want to shout out. I know I haven't done this in quite some time, and it's not always fair because not all of you guys are able to watch my videos right away. So I'll let you guys comment down below who wants to shout out in my next video. Just comment down below and I'll pick one person and I'll shout you guys out for my next video. But that will be it for today's video, guys. So don't forget to follow me on IG. It's the Warrior Report. Twitter is Warrior. And like I said, guys, I had that small little contest going on the side, where you can send me an intro and I'll feature it on my daily starting next week. So you guys have about a week to send me your intros if you want. And ultimately, you guys can vote on which intro you like me to use, and I will use that for my channel. So I just want to thank you guys so much for your support and for watching this video, guys. So that will be it for today's video. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have yourselves a great day.